soulful yogis, welcome to my channel. Today we will be flowing through a few poses to help you release and let go of all the emotions built up within your hips. Let's get started. Let's go ahead and get started in Shavasana. Take a moment to really think about all the emotions you've been holding in that you feel the need to release. Throughout this juicy hip opener practice, I want your main focus to come to a conclusion that it is time to release those old emotions that you continuously carry heavily that no longer serve you. Let go of each thought with every exhale and inhale all the positive emotions in. Slowly begin to hug your knees in towards your chest. Take a few breaths to rock and roll forward and backwards, giving your spine a gentle massage. And from here, lift both feet up and settle into happy baby pose, grabbing either the inside or the outside of your feet. While practicing, always do what feels best for you, whether that's just holding the pose or taking another variation of the pose. Slowly begin to rock forward and backward and side to side. At your own pace, bring your feet to touch and release into Supta Baddha Konasana, supine bound angle pose. Allow your knees to fall out towards the sides of your mat, releasing the hips open. Take a deep inhale as you fill up your belly, followed by your chest. And exhale, release one old emotion through your hips. Slowly bring your knees back together, releasing your feet onto your mat. Tuck both knees into your chest, and at your own pace, go ahead and rock and roll your way up to a seated position. And straight into another deep hip opener, go ahead and bend the left leg in as you cradle your right leg, knee in one elbow crease and foot in the other elbow crease. Take a moment to rock from side to side, releasing tension in your hips. And go ahead and release, switching to the opposite side. Keep the right leg bent in as you cradle your left leg, knee and foot in both elbow creases. Doing what feels best, rock from side to side to release any tension as you continue to focus on your breath. Slowly release the cradled leg. For this next pose, go ahead and use a prop if you feel any pain in your knees. I'll be using a small bolster for support. Place your prop on the inside of your right knee, and go ahead and place your left foot on top of the prop into a fire log pose. Deep inhale as you lengthen tall with your spine and torso, and exhale, fold into the fire log. And hang out here for another couple of breaths, or you can flow a few rounds, lifting up with your inhale and folding with your exhale. And same thing on the opposite side. Go ahead and switch your prop over and place it on the inside of your left knee and place your right foot on top of the prop. Deep inhale, lengthen the spine tall, and exhale, fold into your fire log pose. Again, flow in whatever way that feels best for you for the next few breaths. And go ahead and release both legs from the fire log pose and extend both legs out. And moving on to the next deep hip opener, Gomukhasana, cow face pose, without the bind, optimizing the focus on your hips. Cross your right leg over your left, stacking the right knee on top of the left knee. Try to keep both feet at an equal distance from your hips, and focus on sitting evenly on both sitting bones. You want to try to prevent the right hip from lifting up off your mat. Taking a deep inhale, lengthen your spine tall, and exhale, fold into the pose, but avoid any pain or discomfort. And go ahead and inhale as you lift up, and exhale as you either switch the crossing of your legs, or you can be fancy and lift your hips up and spin around towards your left ending up with your left leg crossed on top of the right leg. Again, focusing on lining up and stacking your knees, left knee on top of the right, and keeping your feet equally distanced from your hips. Take a deep inhale as you lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold into the pose, trying not to lift the left hip up. Taking a deep inhale, lift up from the fold and release your legs with your exhale. From here, go ahead and shift forward, putting weight on your hands, and release your legs behind you, lifting your hips up into downward facing dog. And deep inhale as you lift your left leg high into a three-legged down dog. Bend at your knee, releasing your hip open. Begin to rotate the left ankle in a circular motion. And go ahead and switch the direction of your rotation. And slowly release back into your down dog. And inhale as you lift the right leg high, bending at your knee, releasing your hip open. And begin to rotate your right ankle in one direction. And switch the direction of the rotation. And slowly release back into your down dog. And inhale as you lift the left leg high. Exhale as you place the left foot towards the right hand. Exhale as you tap the left knee. Inhale, lift. And exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. And last round as you exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release into your pigeon pose, extending the right leg as far back as you can. Try to keep both hips squared, and if you need some assistance, go ahead and add a block underneath your left hip. To deepen this a bit, go ahead and take a deep inhale as you lift the right arm up, and exhale, circle the arm back. Inhale, lift up the arm, and exhale, circle the arm forward, and release the hand onto your mat. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, circle back the arm. Inhale, lift the arm up, and exhale, circle forward and release onto your mat. Deep inhale as you lengthen your spine tall all the way through the crown of your head, and exhale, fold into your pigeon pose, releasing your forearms and forehead onto your mat for a few breaths. Feel the release of tension from within your hips as you take each breath. Inhale as you slowly lift up from your pigeon and release the left leg all the way straight into your down dog. Take a moment to shake your hips out, doing what feels best for your body. Inhale as you lift the right leg high, and exhale, place the right foot towards the left hand. Exhale, tap the right knee, and inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. And last round, exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release into your pigeon pose, extending the left leg as far back as you can. Again, focus on keeping both hips squared, and if you added the block on one side, go ahead and add a block underneath your right hip to modify. And to deepen the pose, go ahead and take a deep inhale as you lift the left arm up, and exhale, circle the arm back. Inhale, lift the arm up, and exhale, circle the arm forward. Release the hand back on the mat, and inhale as you lift the right arm up. Exhale, circle the arm back. Inhale, lift the arm up, and exhale, circle forward and release onto your mat. And deep inhale as you lengthen your spine tall, lifting your heart open. And exhale, fold into your pigeon pose, releasing your forearms and your forehead onto your mat for a few breaths. Focus back on the emotions you need to release, and let go one by one with each exhale. And inhale as you slowly lift up and release the right leg back into your down dog. Again, do what feels best and shake your hips out in down dog. and at your own pace, begin to walk your feet towards your hands. While in a forward fold, begin to widen your stance, placing your feet a little wider than your hips. And on your next exhale, release into Malasana, Yogi Squat, by dropping your hips all the way down towards the ground. If you're unable to keep your heels down onto your mat, that is fine. Just give yourself a little support by adding a block underneath your sitting bones. While in Malasana, use your elbows to gently push your knees out laterally, releasing additional tension in the hips. Take a deep inhale as you release the right arm down onto your right outer edge of your mat. And exhale, twist, releasing the left arm up, shifting your gaze towards your left fingertips. And deep inhale back to center as you release. And same thing on the opposite side. Inhale as you release the left arm down onto the left outer edge of your mat. And exhale, twist, releasing the right arm up, shifting your gaze towards your right fingertips. And inhale back to center as you release out of the twist. And into your final posture, release your sitting bones onto your mat. Bring the feet to touch together as you slowly unwind one vertebra at a time into Supta Baddha Konasana, supine bound angle pose. Feel the sensation of some final releases from within your hips. Hips do not lie. Continue to incorporate hip openers within your practice to release your old, unresolved emotions. Remember to go slow and breathe through it all. Movement heals. Namaste.